The Abu Dhabi Grand Prix marks the end of an era for Lewis Hamilton, as he prepares to bid farewell to Mercedes after 12 remarkable years. With a switch to Ferrari looming for 2025, Hamilton's final weekend with the Silver Arrows feels emotional, surreal, and full of reflection. On Friday, Hamilton displayed promising race pace, finishing fifth fastest in practice 2. While he was just behind Carlos Sainz of Ferrari, he trailed Lando Norris session-topping McLaren by 0.6 of a second. Nevertheless, Hamilton remains optimistic about Mercedes' chances as they aim to finish the season on a high. Describing the experience as very surreal, Hamilton opened up about how he's approaching his final moments as a Mercedes driver. He admitted to being more present and focused on enjoying every aspect of the weekend, from arriving at the paddock to working with his engineers and stepping into the car. "It's not been such a bad day," Hamilton shared with a smile. "I'll just try to be as present as I can be today and enjoy every moment, from arriving to seeing the engineers to getting in the car. I've really enjoyed driving the car today, working with the guys in the garage and the engineers." This reflective approach is a shift from the emotional roller coaster Hamilton has experienced throughout 2024. Having announced his Ferrari switch before the start of the season, he acknowledged that managing his emotions this year had been challenging. "I've definitely been very up and down. That's human emotion, that's normal, but I'm just really trying to channel it into the car, into the squad, into the team," he admitted. "I have so much love for the team and have been wanting to do well for them for ages. Now, it's one last go at it." Hamilton's final goal is to deliver a standout performance for Mercedes before his chapter with the team closes. One of the most encouraging signs for Hamilton was Mercedes' long-run pace. While McLaren's speed remains an obvious threat, Hamilton took comfort in the team's overall race pace, suggesting they could be competitive on Sunday. "We got some work to do. The McLaren is still so fast, as is Ferrari. We're in the mix, kind of, but we got to find some time," he noted. "Our long-run pace didn't look too bad today, so that's a big positive. I was a lot closer to the McLarens. On a single lap, I think we got some work to do." This statement highlights one of Mercedes' recurring struggles this season: single lap pace in qualifying. While their race pace often improves over longer stints, qualifying is where teams like McLaren and Ferrari have had an edge. Nevertheless, Hamilton's optimism is a sign that Mercedes could pose a challenge come race day. While Hamilton is focused on making his final weekend memorable, teammate George Russell is taking a different approach. With no major personal milestones at stake, Russell has turned Friday practice into a testing ground for 2025. Russell finished practice 2 in 13th place, 0.3 behind Hamilton, but he revealed that the team was experimenting with radical setup changes to gather data for next season. "We're trying a lot of things in preparation for next year. This is our last opportunity, and we wanted to go a little bit more radical with some of the setup options to see if there is anything more we can learn," Russell explained. "Today we struggled a bit, but it's only Friday." While his teammates' approach is understandable, Russell's comments revealed a hint of frustration at how far Mercedes was from McLaren and Ferrari. "Lewis did some great laps out there, but as a team, we're still a long way off McLaren and Ferrari," he remarked. "McLaren especially seem to be in a league of their own at the moment." This acknowledgement of McLaren's dominance is a reflection of how much progress the Papaya team has made over the season. From being a midfield team at the start of the year, McLaren has now become one of the strongest threats to Red Bull. For Mercedes, it's a stark reminder of the development race that awaits them over the winter. A notable talking point from Friday practice was the sheer dominance of McLaren. Lando Norris topped the timesheets, and while Oscar Piastri wasn't far behind, it was clear that McLaren had found something special for Abu Dhabi. This surge in performance puts pressure on teams like Mercedes and Ferrari, who were hoping to fight for the podium. For Mercedes, the fact that Hamilton was 0.6 off Norris' time, despite his best efforts, was a cause for concern. Russell echoed these sentiments, noting that McLaren is in a league of their own right now. With Ferrari also expected to step up on Saturday, Mercedes finds itself in a difficult spot. Hamilton and Russell must close the gap to ensure they aren't left behind in what could be a thrilling final race of the season. The final weekend of the 2024 Formula One season is a bittersweet moment for Mercedes. On one hand, it's Hamilton's farewell as he prepares to join Ferrari. On the other hand, it's a chance for the team to gauge their progress against rivals like McLaren, Ferrari, and Red Bull before heading into 2025. The key focus for Saturday will be qualifying. With single-lap pace proving to be a weakness for Mercedes all year, the team will be looking to extract as much performance as possible. Hamilton mentioned that he doesn't plan to make many changes to the car overnight, which shows he's fairly satisfied with the car's balance. "I won't change too much in the car tonight, and hopefully, in qualifying, we'll be there or thereabouts," he said with cautious optimism. For Russell, Saturday will offer a chance to return to a more normal setup after Friday's radical experiments. If Mercedes can nail the setup, they could position themselves well for Sunday's race. As Lewis Hamilton prepares for his final race with Mercedes, the emotions are understandably high. His reflective mindset, combined with the positive signs of strong race pace, suggests that this swan song could end on a high note. While single-lap pace remains an area of concern, Hamilton's belief that Mercedes is in the mix provides hope that he could finish his tenure with a strong result. George Russell's approach, meanwhile, highlights the different priorities within the Mercedes garage. With Russell's focus on development for 2025, Mercedes is already looking ahead to the future. But for Hamilton, the future can wait. His goal is clear: to give the Mercedes family one final reason to celebrate. The rise of McLaren and Ferrari as podium threats means that Mercedes faces an uphill battle to close the gap. Lando Norris and McLaren, in particular, look like the team to beat this weekend. But with a driver as experienced and determined as Lewis Hamilton, it's never wise to count him out. His final message to the team and fans says it all: "I have so much love for the team, and I've been wanting to do well for them for ages. Now it's one last go at it." The final chapter of the Hamilton-Mercedes story is about to be written. Whether it ends with a podium, a win, or a hard-fought battle, one thing is certain: it will be unforgettable. Let us know in the comments. Can Hamilton finish on a high, or will McLaren's blistering pace prove too much for Mercedes? And how do you feel about Hamilton's move to Ferrari next year? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for all the latest F1 content. Hello McLaren faithfuls. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, drop a comment below, and subscribe so you never miss any McLaren F1 updates with relaxing ASMR elements. Your support is what keeps this incredible community growing stronger every day. It costs you nothing to like and subscribe, but it helps the channel tremendously. Let's continue the conversation and share our passion for McLaren F1 together. You can also discover my journey as a passionate creator navigating life with challenging disabilities. Despite the obstacles, I'm determined to follow my dreams and share my love for McLaren and F1 with the world. By becoming a patron, you'll not only be supporting my dream, but you'll also gain access to exclusive content, including untold stories of legendary F1 drivers and much more. Your support can truly make a difference in my life, helping me continue to do what I love. Click the link below and enjoy.